courts are functioning from the lowest municipal trial courts up to the Supreme Court, and the National Prosecution Service is still functioning in this country. And here comes an ICC prosecutor in a shining armor and would like to supplant our investigation with their own. Can you say that given all these frustrations and their arrogance, can you tell them to go to hell?
We could say that, Your Honor, in a diplomatic way.
Like what? Be diplomatic as you can.
And Your Honor,
The language of diplomacy, how can you say go to hell?
and we would be, I believe the DFA would be in coordination with our Philippine embassy in The Hague, which is the interface with the International Criminal Court, Your Honor.
Talagang diplomat eh. Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I?
Mr. Chair, with the permission of
yes,
Congressman
Senator Tolentino.
Marcoleta. Dapat pala kanina na-invite ko si Congressman Marcoleta because earlier on, from 9 to 11, I met the entire delegation of the European Union Subcommittee on Human Rights. And we discussed the same issues all over again. EJK, Rappler case, of course, confidentially. And we ended up, and this can be verified from the record. I turned the tables, Your Honor. I asked them about the human trafficking of Filipinos committed in Belgium, in Antwerpen, Belgium. Medyo hindi sila nakasagot doon.
Other groups here, all right, kung sino man, ano.
Okay,
And then one from the Chief of Mission, Foreign Service Officer.
all right. Maybe Ariel Peñaranda, are you present online?
Present, Your Honor.
Is Chief of Mission Class 1, no?
I think Ariel Peñaranda, Mr. Chair, is Ambassador and
No.
Deputy Permanent Representative to the Permanent Mission to the United Nations. That is his position, right?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Yes. Yeah, can you take some questions, Mr. Peñaranda?
Yes, Honorable Chair, Your Honor.
Yes, today, as you know, the banners in newspapers is about the insistence of the ICC prosecutor to come here and investigate the former president and the other officials whom they believe have something to answer for crimes against humanity. Do you know about this?
Thank you for the question, Your Honor. Good morning to all of you, to Your Honors. There in the Philippines. Well, on the question, first of all, the Hague in the Netherlands is the seat of the International Criminal Court, and our Philippine embassy in the Hague has the expertise on this matter. But what I understand, Your Honor, is that the Philippine government is committed to fighting immunity, atrocities, or crimes, notwithstanding the country's withdrawal from the Rome Statute. But at the same time, Your Honor, the Philippines underscores that it has the primary jurisdiction to investigate and prosecute crime against humanity allegedly being committed in the context of an anti-illegal drugs campaign. And so from my part here, and from my understanding, as a court of last resort, the ICC complements but does not replace our national courts. And therefore, the ICC
Right.
only operates in cases where national jurisdictions are unable or unwilling to prosecute, Your Honor.
Yes, you said that the ICC is the court of last resort. And on the basis of the principle of complementarity, the ICC seems to be misplaced in its direction of insisting to come to the Philippines and insist that it should investigate what they allege crimes of humanity. What is your position in this? Can they do this? Because our courts, as we know, are still functioning, and the principle of complementarity suggests that until the courts are not willing or unable to do their jobs to prosecute alleged crimes against humanity, this principle is not applicable. Will you agree?
I agree, Your Honor, and that is the position, that is the Philippine position, as far as I am concerned, and we subscribe to the principle of complementarity. And since our courts, our national entities, are able to prosecute, then there's no the ICC is not supposed to operate in this case, Your Honor.
Our Department of Justice constituted a panel to investigate this. Even our Office of the Solicitor General also made a bidding to defer what they intend to do in the Philippines, considering that we're still building our data on the kind and extent of investigation that this government has done so far. And also, our government insisted that our writ of amparo proceedings are also applicable in this jurisdiction. Also, the National Police made an investigation in Internal Affairs Services, including the United Nations Program on Human Rights. But these undertakings, their commitments so far done by the Philippines have been disregarded by this three-judge panel of the ICC. They call it the pre-trial chamber. It seems to me, Mr. Ambassador, that this ICC is trying to impose the standards of investigation into a very sovereign country like the Philippines. What is your take on that?
Your observation is correct, sir, Your Honor.
And they even stated that categorically that they concluded and analyzed that the Philippines failed in its assertion of taking sufficient action in prosecuting and investigating alleged killings during the Duterte administration. And they even made a very arrogant statement. I recall they said that the Philippines domestic initiatives, when taken collectively by this ICC, I quote, parang sinabi nila, those initiatives did not result into concrete, tangible, and progressive steps of investigation that will mirror or commensurate the kind of investigation that the ICC can do. This is a very arrogant statement. And considering that there is not even a mechanism adopted by this country, and given the fact that we have already withdrawn from the ICC, I think several years ago, do you think we should welcome the ICC prosecutor when he comes in the Philippines?
Your Honor, we are actually always, willing to cooperate with the United Nations But I agree with you that we are capable in conducting our own work. In fact, as I would like to supplement to support your earlier statement. And in fact, as of 2021, there have been more or less 200,000 anti-illegal drug operations that we conducted. Around 300,000 persons arrested, according to our statistics. And the persons arrested include some, I think, 10,000 high-value targets. So, in short, something effective is going on in our system that does not require the ICC to come to the Philippines.
Are you familiar with the kind and extent of their standard of investigation?
I'm not an expert exactly on the ICC. As I said earlier, Your Honor, the expertise is with our Philippine Embassy in The Hague, but I know the general position of the Philippines on the matter of the ICC and its involvement in the Philippines, Your Honor.
I'm asking you because I'm also not aware of their standard. What kind of investigation do they normally do in cases like this? But considering that they are undermining our judicial system, they are even undermining our National Prosecution Service. Can you imagine? Our courts are functioning from the lowest municipal trial courts up to the Supreme Court, and the National Prosecution Service is still functioning in this country. And here comes an ICC prosecutor in a shining armor and would like to supplant our investigation with their own. Can you say that given all these frustrations and their arrogance, can you tell them to go to hell?
We could say that, Your Honor, in a diplomatic way.
Like what? Just be diplomatic as you can.
And Your Honor,
The language of diplomacy, how can you say go to hell?
and we would be, I believe the DFA would be in coordination with our Philippine Embassy in The Hague, which is the interface with the International Criminal Court, Your Honor.
Talagang diplomat eh. No? Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I?
Mr. Chair, with the permission of
yes,
Congressman
Senator Tolentino.
Marcoleta. Dapat pala kanina na-invite ko si Congressman Marcoleta because earlier on, from 9 to 11, I met the entire delegation of the European Union Subcommittee on Human Rights. And we discussed the same issues all over again. EJK, Rappler case, of course, confidentially. And we ended up, and this can be verified from the record. I turned the tables, Your Honor. I asked them about the human trafficking of Filipinos committed in Belgium, in Antwerpen, Belgium. Medyo hindi sila nakasagot doon. I'm taking this opportunity, Mr. Chairman, because I'd like to acknowledge Sheila Marie Chantario, who is here. Can you rise? Yes, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. She will be subjected to this confirmation proceedings, as well as Mr. Raymond Toledo. Okay. They were the ones who backstopped me when I faced the European Union Parliament Subcommittee on Human Rights. But I should have asked the presence of Congressman Marcoleta.
Are they still here? So,
Alis na po,
if they're still here, Congressman Marcoleta, say go to hell.
Nakaalis na po sila, but they asked the same questions. Napagkamalan nga si Senator JB na siya daw yung nag-file ng resolution para wag nang pumunta rito at investigate si President Duterte. Sabi ko, hindi po si Senator JB yun, si Senator Estrada po yun. Nagkamali. So, Ambassador, tama po yung sagot nyo. Maaring kulang lang yung background ninyo. Ang dagdag ko lang dito, kahit hindi kayo sa Europe ma-assign, paano po maapektuhan yung ating GSP Plus? Kasi mag-expire ito ng December 31. Yun lang siguro. At I thank Congressman Marcoleta for giving me this time and opportunity.
Mr. Chair, clarification, di ko narinig. Ano, binackstab ka o binackstop?
Backstop.
Okay.
Tumulong po yung dalawa. One is the head of the European desk. Ang hinahanap ko si Ira Valdez, but nasa London pala siya. So, yun lang po, Mr. Chair, kaya po ako na late. So, maraming salamat din kay Congressman Marcoleta. Kung masasagot mo yung sa GSP Plus, but again, thank you for your time, and I yield the floor again to Congressman Marcoleta.
Okay, maybe Mr. Peñaranda can answer the question of Senator Tolentino.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. This is not within my immediate remit, and I would probably defer to my colleagues in Europe. I was, of course, I have not been in touch with this particular topic recently, and so I think this is very important as far as Philippine interest is concerned. But this is a unilateral preferential treatment, and EU can attach certain conditions to country eligibility availment, and I think from my part we have to work on it, and we have to work with our colleagues in Europe, particularly in Belgium, and so that is as much as I can say at this point, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you for your quick response. Okay, I'd like to call the attention of Mr. Jeffrey Angelo Valdez. Are you physically present or are you present online?
Present, to your honor.
Online. All right. Congressman Marcoleta.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Valdez, what is your position in the permanent mission to the UN office and international organization in Geneva?
Good morning from Geneva, Mr. Chair, Honorable Congressman. I am currently designated as a second secretary, handling the portfolios involving the World Health Organization, the International Telecommunication Union, and candidatures for our international bodies.
Thank you. You usually extend support to the permanent representative to this UN office, Ambassador Ivan Garcia. Am I correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair, in areas within my mandate po on World Health Organization and ITU.
Okay. For instance, when Ambassador Ivan Garcia chaired the International Organization on Migration, what kind of support, if any, did you extend?
I believe that's not within my mandate, Mr. Chair, and I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, took place before I assumed office here in March of 2022.
Let's talk about the Conference of Parties. Conference of Parties are the, I would say, organizing body of the treaty we call WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. Is that correct?
That's correct, Mr. Chair.
Ano po yung participation ninyo sa COP when it comes to the framework convention on tobacco control?
Mr. Chair, I was able to attend COP when I was in Moscow.
Which
if I'm not
one?
mistaken,
Which
if I'm not
one?
mistaken, this is COP 6 po.
6. All right. What about the 9th COP? Did you attend that?
Unfortunately, no, Mr. Chair. I was still in the home office at that time.
Alam natin naman, Mr. Valdez, na yung WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control is the first public health treaty initiated by the United Nations within the auspices of the WHO, and this has a good and big impact on not only on public health in this country, but also if we talk about agricultural output. Is that correct?
That's correct, Mr. Chair.